Y'all, I have 3 different sheets of paper, which means I'm going to make 3 different styles of this. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. And before we get started on today's project, I want to go ahead and announce the winners of my giveaway. Originally, I was going to have 1 winner, but I decided I would go ahead and do 2 so that I can give away the pink slippers as well as the tan slippers. The winners of my giveaway are Opal C and Christie B. I'm leaving off a portion of your name because I want to make sure that no one tries to claim your prize, which unfortunately has happened before in the past. So Opal and Christie, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and then I'll reach out to you to let you know how to claim your wonderful prize. You'll get one of the 2 slipper sets that I showed on the channel, along with a few other goodies. So I want to thank everyone who participated in my giveaway. In order to know about the giveaway, you had to do a certain thing. And in order to know about that certain thing, you had to watch the whole video. So thank you to everyone who did that thing and entered my giveaway. We're practically in the middle of November, so I'm going to share with you a really fun, no measure way that you can take 3 sheets of paper, any size paper, and make 3 really sweet. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera because y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, in addition to the 3 strips of paper that I have here, I brought in this border strip because I might use it on this project to show you how we can take pages like this and use them in our craft. But what I want to show you are 3 different no measure ways to make a bag. Now, the paper size that I'm using doesn't matter. And on most of the projects that I do, y'all, the paper size really doesn't matter. If you have 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12, it really doesn't matter which one you start with, because normally when I'm working with the 12 by 12, I cut it down. I'll put down some chipboard pieces, or I'll start with the 12 by 12, but we end up cutting it to 8 by 10 or 9 by 6. So don't worry so much about the paper size. This is a process video. And then on my other videos, if you only have 8.5 by 11-inch paper, look at how I'm putting the projects together. I might start with the 12 by 12, but most of the time, not always, but most of the time, I'm cutting that 12 by 12 down into a smaller size. So we're going to make 3 different bag styles from 3 sheets. Again, this is a process video. All right, so I have zoomed in because the first bag that we're going to make is really going to be a nice little tube bag, and it'll look like a tube once we have it together. So I am just going to take a strip of tape, and I'm using a 1/2-inch tape here. You can do this with glue, you can do it with a wider tape, you can do it with a skinnier tape. But I'm going to put that right there. Then I'll remove the tape backer, and I'm just going to take it and roll it onto itself like that. So I'm going to peel away the tape backer. Let's take it, and there's that tape. And I am just going to take it and match it and put it down. And then I'll go on the inside. So now we have our tube. We can take this, and here at the bottom, I am just going to crease, and how far up you go with your crease is really up to you. But you can see how I flattened that bottom out, and that's still open. So now I'm just going to bring this up and crease like that. And now I'll take some glue, because we do need to go on the inside, place some glue, because we need to close those 2 ends. And now I'm going to take some tape, place some tape here, and a piece of tape right here. And we will fold up and get this part stuck. So now I just need to take my hand, go on the inside, and get it stuck. If I have any hanging over the edge here, I'm just going to take my scissors and trim it. So there is our cute little baggie. I am going to bring in my 2-inch oval punch, and I'm not going to flatten this. I'm just going to close it a little bit at the top. You can see that that's still rounded. We'll be able to take this and put it in the punch. Make sure you get it all the way in there. And then let's punch. And now we have a nice little carrying handle for bag number 1. So bag number 2 is, I have a piece of 12 by 12. Again, the size of the paper that I'm using doesn't matter. I am going to take this piece and just fold up. So all I did was I eyeballed here. Then I'm going to take this piece, open it, and basically eyeball here. And there is my fold point of my bag. You can see that these are fairly even. They're not going to be perfect because I'm eyeballing, but that is okay. So now I'm going to take the side here and just fold over. Again, I'm eyeballing. I'm looking at how wide this is and trying to make this sort of match that. Let's crease. Let's do the same thing over here. Again, y'all, this bag is not going to be perfect, but it will be something that you'll be able to use. So now we have a regular bag shape. Let's go up to the tab and cut straight down. Cut straight down here. Let's angle. Let's angle. And then let's reduce. Let's do the same thing over here. Go up to the score mark and cut straight down the center of the score mark. Doing that on this side as well. Let's angle, angle, and then reduce. So now we'll be able to put this together. And I am going to put it together using glue. So I have that piece. We'll take this and just place it in the glue the way that we would any other bag that we have measured on the scoreboard. This is a great way of making a bag. If you need one in a hurry and you don't feel like pulling out that scoreboard, go ahead and do this method. So I am going to take my glue, put some glue there, take this piece, match it here at the bottom, flip it over, and get it stuck. And then I'll take this piece and we're going to match it at the top. So I am going to add my glue. And I'll just put a little bit of glue along this piece just to make sure everything stays stuck. We're going to take this piece and we match it at the top. I'll go in, get it nice and stuck. And then we do the same thing over here. So I'm just going to take that glue, add my glue right here, and then I'll just run a small bead along the edge of this piece. We'll take this, let's match it at the top because we want the tops to be even. And now I can go in with my bone folder and get everything nice and stuck. So now we have another bag, and I'll just go ahead and do a little pinch in on the side. Now, you can add a handle to this if you want. I'm again going to use my hole punch and just punch a little oval punch handle. So let's get that in there and punch. And now we have a second no measure bag. And make sure you save these little pieces because they can make great coordinating tags. See, I can take this piece and put it over there, and this piece and put it over here, and we can create some really fun tags. So that is bag number 2. Y'all, I love how these are turning out. No measure B. Now let's make bag number 3. So we're going to take this, turn it on its side, and let's just create an adhesive flap. So what you want to do is you want to make sure this end is nice and even. And then when you fold up, you want to make sure this end is even. And then that way, the midsection will fall into place and be nice and even. So now I'm going to take my glue. And we're just going to glue this part together. So let's take this. Let's fold it over, matching the tops and the bottom. And so now we're going to just get that nice and stuck. And then I'm just going to take my hand and crease over here as well, because we do want this flattened. And I'm going to use my bone folder because I really want great creases on this. So now you're going to have a piece that looks like this, top and bottom. We're going to take this and we'll take one side and we're going to fold it over like this. And when you fold over, just make sure it's even at the top and even at the bottom. And that'll help to keep everything nice and even. And crease. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to take this piece and fold it over. Just really trying to match what I did on the other side. Let's make sure that the bottom is even and the top is even. And then I'll crease. And now we have our piece that looks like this. We're going to take the bottom and let's fold that bottom up like this. And for this part, I'm going to zoom in even more because now we're going to take this piece. Let's open it like this and then take these pieces and fold them in so that the crease hits this part of the bag. So I'm just going to draw a dark line here so that you can see. Take this part and we start flattening it, making sure we get out to the edges, and we take this crease mark and we want it to meet that mark that I just darkened. But you want to make sure that you get out to the edges and you have everything nice and crisp. And then we can crease. Let's do it again over here. So you can see where I made my pin mark here. That's the mark that we're following because that's the underside of this. It's just the fold mark that happened when we folded this. So now I'm just going to take this piece, open it, and then I'm going to take the fold mark and just align it with this fold mark here. So the fold mark that I'm talking about is the fold mark on the bag, and it aligns right there. And we're going to get that nice and creased. So you can see that this is how the bottom of the bag looks. Now we're going to take this part and we're going to fold it over. Here's that mark that I made. We're going to fold it over to about right here. So let's take this and let's fold it over until it hits that mark that I drew. So now we have our piece like this. So now we're going to take this piece and we're going to fold it over so that it hits about right here. So let's take this one and fold it over to hit that one. So now I can take some glue, put some glue there. You can take a little bit of glue, put some glue right there, and fold over and get our bag nice and stuck. And you can see that it's also a nice little flat fold bag. So this is how everything looks when we have it on its side. We're going to take this, put our hand in, and open the bag like that. Then we're going to take this middle part and we're just going to crease the bag like this. I want to add a piece to the bottom to really firm up the base. So I'm going to bring in my ruler and we measure. This is about 4 inches by 1.5. And y'all, this is the only time that I've done any measuring. And I'm doing it so that I can have a platform for the base. That's all. We did not need to measure to make the bag. So now I can take this piece, and when we put it in like that, I'll just push it in, and it really helps to stabilize the bag. So now I have folded in the sides, and y'all, I'm just going to take this and just do an accordion fold. So I'm going to fold, 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 and fold. Then I'm just going to squeeze it nice and tight and fold one more time. Then I'm going to take a couple of little lip balms that I found at Dollar Tree and put them in my bag. Hopefully this one will fit. It's a little bit wider in the bag, but that'll be okay. And we're going to take this one and put it in. And we're going to take this one and put it in. They're both a little wider. So I'm going to take this one out because it's a little bit wider than my bag. So what I put in is a cute little lip balm that I found at Dollar Tree. And I am just going to go back over my accordion folds. And they look like this. And then I'm just going to take it and let it drop like this. So this becomes the closure. I'm going to take some of my hot glue, put that hot glue right there. And you can see how that piece is closed. Now I'm just going to fold up and start folding this in a downward motion so that it's going to look like half a rosette. So I'll take some glue, put a little dollop of glue there, and pinch. Then I'll take some glue, put a little dollop there, and pinch. And you can see how cute my little bag is shaping up to be. Now I'll just take some glue, put that glue on the back, and put that in place so that it will hold. So now I'm going to take just a little bit of my hot glue, put a little bit in there, and a little bit on the bottom, so that I can take this piece and I'm going to put it down like this. So I need to hold it for just a moment. And then I'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue and a little bit under here. We'll take this and we'll put it down like that. And look at the decorative touch that adds to our already beautiful no measure bag. So I'm going to bring in these border strips so that we can use them on this bag to show you a way that we can actually take these and we can put it here at the top. We can do a wrap around and another wrap around, and you can see that we've added even more cuteness to this. So I am just going to take this, add just a little bit of hot glue right there, and then I'll wrap it around this way. Trim off that, add some hot glue, and then let's fold it over like that. That is a really cute, simple bag that you can give to anyone. I'm going to take this one, and it says Merry and Bright. See what that's doing to that? It's just adding a little something. We don't have to do a whole lot. I am just going to take some of my hot glue, put the hot glue there, and now I can take my piece and just put it down like this, and then I'll wrap it around here, add a little bit of glue right there. Let's wrap it around, and then we'll add a little glue here, and let's wrap it around. See, that just really cutened up that bag a whole lot. And on this one, I'm simply going to have to use some stickers because all of the banners were too long for this one. And so even when I tried to put Merry Christmas on here, it was too long. So I'm just going to use a sticker, and that is okay. And then I'll just take this that says wishing you a Merry Christmas full of love and wonder, and we'll put it right there. So now you can see how we were able to create 3 really beautiful bags without measuring. So if you need a bag in a hurry, just grab some of the paper that you already have and use it to make a nice little bag. Then drop what you have. Let's see if we can drop this in here on the inside. And now you have a quick little gift ready to give. In here I have a nice flat lip balm, and I think that it is a gorgeous little bag, a great way of folding and decorating that bag. So I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick and easy way that we can take 3 pieces of paper, no matter the size, and create beautiful bags on the fly. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do and this is how we do it, and I would love to have you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful handcrafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.